This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.115, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Niranjan Abesundara. All arrangements are ready for the world's largest Olympic festival. Inaugural ceremony will begin at 4:30 p.m. local time. Asgiri and Malwatha Mahanayakas praised Kotharavala Defence University draft bill. 3 persons, including Richard Badudin's wife, under arrest. Final Randoli Perahera of the Runu Kataragama Historical Festival will parade the streets tonight. Travel restrictions between provinces will be restricted this weekend. In world news, China rejects WHO plan for second phase of virus origin probe. The Tokyo Olympic Games begin today. It will begin at 4:30 p.m. local time. With an unexpected initial year of preparation under their belts, more than 11,300 athletes from 207 countries will compete over the next couple of weeks, all vying to get their hands on the medal they've worked for so long. At present, the Olympic torch is brought to Tokyo. Emperor of Japan and about 15 state leaders will participate at the ceremony. Minister Nama Rajapaksa participates in the ceremony representing Sri Lanka. The organizers have made arrangements to telecast live ceremony throughout the whole world. 9 athletes will participate at the Olympic Games representing Sri Lanka. Judaka Chamara Dharmavardhana, Shata Niluka Karunaratne, gymnast Milka Gihani de Silva, shooter Tehani Egadabala and swimmer Anika Gafoor have arrived at athletes' village in the last few days. Swimmer Matthew Abesing is scheduled to leave the United States today, is expected to reach Tokyo on Sunday. Chef Miss Gamni Jayasingh has said the permission has been received for 6 Sri Lankan athletes to participate in the parade of the inaugural ceremony. Sri Lankan flag will be carried by judo athlete Chamara Dharmavardhana and gymnast athlete Milka Gihani. 12-year-old Hind Zara is the youngest competitor at the Tokyo Olympics. The Syrian table tennis player talked to BBC about her inspiration for getting into the sport at such a young age. The Asgiri and Malwatha Mahanayakas have expressed praise on the Kotharavala Defence University. The most venerable of the Malwatha chapter, Nyangon Nayaka said the quality and independent value of the Commission Council have become under the University Grants Commission Council is an act of reality. It is appreciable of the measures taken by the government for the betterment while approving regulations under the legal background. The free education system and equality of the education for the students' community should be safeguarded. The rules and regulations of the University Grants Commission should be strengthened. Police spokesman said the wife of MP Richard Badudin and 2 others have been apprehended in connection with the death of a 16-year-old domestic helper at the parliamentarian's private residence. According to senior DIG Adit Rohana, the father of Badudin's wife and the intermediary who brought the teenage girl to the Badudin residence also among the 3 arrestees. Arrests have been made by the officer of the Borella Police and Colombo South Crime Division in the early hours today. Police spokesman said that nearly 20 statements were recorded so far with regard to the incident. These estimates, autopsy and evidence gathered by the investigating officers point to the fact that the deceased girl was subject to abuse, he explained. The 3 suspects are expected to be proceeded with a Colombo Magistrates Court later today. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Call 0718 800 999.
The final Randoli Perahera of the historic Ruhunu Kataragama Devala will parade the streets tonight. The Sandeshya of conducting the SLBC Perahera successfully is to be handed over to the chief incumbent of the Kirivera, Kataragama Venerable Kobuvaka Damitera by the Basnayaka Nilame Dishan Gunasekara. The Asana Festival will end after the water cutting ceremony at the Maniganga tomorrow morning. A live broadcast in the ceremony will bring through the Ruhuna Savior of the SLBC at 8 p.m. Police media spokesman D. Rohan has said that travelling between provinces this long weekend will be restricted. Special quarantine operation will be implemented during this period. More than 10,000 police officials have been deployed in this regard. 152 persons who violated quarantine rules have been taken into custody this morning. That ends local news for now.
Now, get your EPF loan information and service details via SMS from HDFC Bank. Wherever you are, being a state and private sector employee, to obtain EPF loan information and service details, just send a SMS mentioning EPF space, name and region to 0718 800 999. HDFC Bank, the bank for your home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
10,155 dengue patients have been reported during this year. Those cases reported from the Batticaloa district. Accordingly, 2,975 cases reported from the district. 2,020 cases from the Colombo district. 891 cases reported from the Gampar district. A unit of the Ministry of Health said that 572 dengue cases reported from the Kazura district. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight. Batticaloa police says 16 children have been subjected to abuse within the last 6 months. Police further said 63 cases of child abuse, of which 31 of serious nature and 32 of general violence have been reported. Over 1,500 cases of domestic violence against women have also been recorded in 12 police stations in the Batticaloa district. Meanwhile, 302 cases of domestic violence have been reported in Erawood, followed by 106 cases in Karavanchikudi and 100 cases from Kattankudi. 7 serious cases and 7 general cases of violence against women have also been recorded from these areas. That came to you in Watchlight. On to world news. China rejects WHO plan for second phase of virus origin probe. NSW records 136 COVID-19 cases, another death, state announces national emergency. France's Macron changes phone and phone number in the light of Pegasus case. China's record rejected the next stage of World Health Organization plan to investigate the origins of the coronavirus pandemic. The WHO wants to audit laboratories in the area where the virus was first identified. But Zheng Zhiki, Deputy Health Minister, said this showed disrespect for common sense and arrogance towards science. WHO experts said it was very unlikely the virus escaped from Chinese lab, but the theory has endured. Investigators were able to visit Wuhan, the city where the virus was first detected in December 2019, in January of this year. A New South Wales COVID-19 outbreak has been declared a national emergency after the state recorded 136 new cases and other deaths. It's the highest number of daily new infections in the state since the outbreak of the highly contagious Delta strain began last month. Chief Health Officer Kerry Chance said the situation in North South Wales, particularly in Sydney, southwest and western suburbs, was now regarded as a national emergency and called on the federal government to refocus the national vaccination strategy. French President Emmanuel Macron has changed his phone and phone number in the light of the Pegasus spyware case. A president's officials said yesterday it was the first concrete actions announced in relation to the scandal. The officials said there was no confirmation Macron's phone had indeed been hacked. International security officials told Reuters. Back to the headline to the world news. China rejects WHO plan for second phase of virus origin probe. New South Wales records 136 COVID-19 cases, another death as state announces national emergency. France's Macron changes phone and phone number in the light of Pegasus case. That is world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
9 development projects in the Rangana Regional Secretariat Division have commenced. Estimated cost of the project is at 770 million rupees. Under the first phase, so the public library building is to be constructed. That is development news.
development news was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
On to sports news. The third ODI played between visiting Indian cricket team and the Sri Lanka cricket team will be held today at the R. Premanatha Stadium at 3 p.m. Indian cricket team was able to win the ODI tournament and they won 2 matches out of 3 ODIs. 3 matches of the T20 tournament between the two nations will be held on the 25th of this month. The first ODI between England and India will be held on the 4th of next month at Trent Bridge. 5 test matches that will be played between the two nations. Joe Root is the captain of the England team. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Leading textile manufacturer Haley's Fabric further reduced its carbon footprint by 15% with installation of the largest private sector rooftop solar power system in Sri Lanka. Installed by sister company Haley's Fenton's, rooftop solar project was set up at Haley's Fabric's primary manufacturing facility in Horeda as part of a broader campaign to reduce carbon emissions and align with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. That was business news.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
A project to cultivate herbal plants in home gardens in the southern province has begun. This project is implemented by the Department of Ayurveda in the southern province. The main objective is to earn an additional income for the home gardeners. That was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Met departments say the southwest monsoon condition is active over the country. Showers on the Shallaka at time the western, Sabaragamu and central provinces and God and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy showers, about 100 millimeters, can be expected some places in the Sabaragamu province and the Nuwara God and Mathura districts. Few showers will occur in the northwestern province. That was the weather report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines of the news. All arrangements are ready for the world's largest Olympic festival. Inaugural ceremony will begin at 4:30 p.m. local time. Askari and Malbathu Mahanayaka praise Kotalabara Defence University draft bill. 3 persons, including Rishabharuddin's wife, under arrest. 500 pair ahead of the Ronu Katarga Masala Festival will parade the streets tonight. Travel restrictions between provinces will be restricted this weekend. In world news, China rejects WHO plan for second phase of virus origin probe. That is the news.